Okay, we'll do a quick reading of this Gemara. It starts from Helveo ala mashkon shemer sachar. This is on Pei Aleph Amud Beis. So I'll show you where it says that. Pei Aleph Amud Beis. Or if you have your worksheet, you can follow over there. So from 2 dots to 2 dots is a quote from the Mishnah. Helveo ala mashkon shemer sachar. That means that these words we actually learned already in the Mishnah, but the Gemara is going to explain it. So it says Helveo ala mashkon, if he lent him money and he gave him a collateral, shemer sachar, then the lender who's watching the collateral, which is a mashkon, is considered a shemer sachar on that mashkon, which means he's responsible if it gets lost or stolen. Lema masnisin deloik Rabbi Eliezer. The Gemara says, let's say that our Mishnah does not go according to Rabbi Eliezer. Now, Rabbi Eliezer is a Tana. We know whenever it says Rabbi Eliezer, it's Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanes. Okay, so our Mishnah doesn't, let's say our Mishnah doesn't go with Rabbi Eliezer. I'll do this carefully, so you'll be able to write the words in. Lema masnisin, let's say our Mishnah, deloik Rabbi Eliezer is not according to Rabbi Eliezer, the Tanya, because we learned in a Braisa, Hamal ve'es chaveirei. If someone lends his friend ala mashkon, with a mashkon, that means he takes a collateral, so ve'avad hamashkon, and he lost the collateral. That means the lender who was watching the collateral lost it. Yishava, he swears. What does he swear? So he swears that he wasn't negligent, like Rashi says. Yishava shalai pasha. He swears that he wasn't negligent. And then what happens? V'itil ma'isav, and he collects the money. That means that even though he lost the mashkon, not only did he not lose his money from... In other words, not only is that mashkon not a repayment, but he can actually still collect his money, and he doesn't even owe anything for the mashkon because he wasn't negligent. He was a shemer chinam on the mashkon. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. This is the words of Rabbi Eliezer. That's obviously different than what we learned in the Mishnah, that he's a shemer sachar on the mashkon. Okay, Rabbi Akiva says, he may tell to him, Klum hilvisani ela hala mashkon. Did you lend me only with? Did you not lend me only with a mashkon? In other words, the money was only given because of that mashkon, and therefore, avad hamashkon. If you lose the mashkon of the ma'asecha, now I'm not paying you back. Okay, so Rabbi Akiva holds that the mashkon was given for payment, and Rabbi Eliezer holds the mashkon was not given for payment. The mashkon was just given as a proof that the person can lift up the mashkon and say, remember I lent you money? Look at this, I'm even holding on to your, let's say, watch. I'm holding on to your watch, see? If you would have paid me back, I would have given you the watch back. You still owe me the money. So it's kind of like a proof that he owes the money. That's Rabbi Eliezer's opinion. Rabbi Akiva holds that no. Let's say it was a watch. You gave him the watch. He meant for you to collect from that watch. Now you lost it, so you lost your collection. However, if he lent him 1,000 zuz bishtar and he made a document, in other words, a document, an IOU, a document that says that the loan was made, and he also gave him a mashkon for them, then divrei hakol, this dalet hey stands for divrei hakol, that means everyone agrees, the words of everyone, divrei hakol, avad hamashkon of the ma'asev. If you lose the mashkon, you lost the money. If you lose the mashkon, you lost the money. And for here, the reason is obvious, because even Rabbi Eliezer would agree that the money was only given because that the mashkon was only given to collect from, as opposed to the money. If there was no document, then maybe the mashkon was given as a proof. Okay, so here we see that the Mishnah, which says Helveo ala mashkon, is only for, will not go according to Rabbi Eliezer. That is the question of the Gemara, that it seems that this Mishnah does not fit with Rabbi Eliezer. The Gemara now answers that Rabbi Eliezer. Really, you can say that our Mishnah is Rabbi Eliezer, but like Kasha, and there's no question. Kan shemashkanai b'shas halvase, kan shemashkanai shalai b'shas halvase. It depends when the mashkon was taken. If it was taken at the time of the lending, then it was given as a proof. But if the time to pay back came and the person didn't pay back, and then he gave him a mashkon, so now it's not for proof, it's for collection. He wanted his money, wasn't able to get it. The person now gave him a mashkon to collect from it. So that then, if it's mashkon b'shas alvasai, then that's where Rabbi Eliezer said he's a sher mechinim, because it's only for proof. But what's our Mishnah talking about? It's talking about when he took it after it was time to collect, and then he's going to be a shomer sachar. In other words, Rabbi Eliezer would agree that if he took it later, he's a shomer sachar. So the Gemara now says, va'idi v'idi, but both of them, sorry, I have to get the other page. Okay, so literally, va'idi v'idi means this one and this one, which means both of them, hilveyu ala mashkin katani. By both of them it says that he lent him on the collateral, which means with a collateral. That means at the time of lending, he gave the collateral. Now, according to Rabbi Eliezer, that should be a shemer chinam. And the Mishnah says hilvei ala mashkin, but the Mishnah clearly says that he's a shemer sachar, not a shemer chinam. So we're still left with the problem that the Mishnah cannot be Rabbi Eliezer. Ella leikasha, the Gemara gives another answer. Rather, Ella means rather. Leikasha, there's no question. Kan, here, shehilvei umayis, is where he lent money. And Kan, here, shehilvei peiros, where he lent fruits. Now, where he lent fruits, that's where we would say he's a shemer sachar, because there's a benefit to the lender when he lends fruits, because he gets back fresh fruits. But if he lends money, then there's only a loss. So he's not considered a paid watchman, the fact that he's watching the collateral, because he's also losing money from the fact that he can't hold on to that money. But if he lends fruits, then there's a benefit to him, besides that he has the collateral, but there's also a benefit that he gets paid back in fresh fruits, which would have spoiled if he wouldn't have lent them. Okay, so we seem to have an answer that if he lent money, then he would be a shemer chinam. That's what Rabbi Eliezer is talking about. But our Mishnah is shehilvei peiros, where he lent fruits, and that's why he's a shemer sachar. The Gemara now says v'hamidik tani seifa, but since we learned in the seifa, Rabbi Yehuda says hilvei umayis shemer chinam, that if he lent money, he's a shemer chinam. Hilvei peiros shemer sachar, but if he lent fruits, he's a shemer sachar, which means that's only Rabbi Yehuda's opinion, that there's a difference between money or fruits. Michlal. We can see from that. Mechlal means from this we can take out. From this we can understand the Tanakama, that according to the first opinion, to the Tanakama, lei shani lei, there is no difference between fruits and money, and therefore how can we say that the first part of the Mishnah, the Tanakama, is talking about where he lent fruits, and that's why it's a shemer sachar? It's only Rabbi Yehuda that makes that difference. That lending fruits makes the person a shemer sachar over the collateral. The Gemara now answers, Kula Rabbi Yehuda. Really, the whole Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. B'chisuri mechasra v'hachi ktani. It's missing words, and this is what it means to say. Helveu ala mashkon. If he lends him with a collateral shemer sachar, then the lender is a shemer sachar on the collateral. But medvarim amurim. When were these words said? Shelveu peiros. That's only if he lent fruits. Aval but hilveu mais. If he lent money, shemer chinam, then he's going to be an unpaid watchman over the collateral. Why? Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, because Rabbi Yehuda says hilvei umayis shemer chinam. If he lends money, he's a shemer chinam. Hilvei peiros shemer sachar. But if he lends fruits, then he's going to be a shemer sachar. So in other words, we took the first opinion out of the Mishnah, and we made the whole thing the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. And there's a difference between fruits and money. So the Gemara now says, Hihachi, if so, that if he lends money, he's a shemer chinam. So kamalei masnisin b'leik Rabbi Akiva. The Mishnah is not going to fit according to Rabbi Akiva, because if you remember before, Rabbi Akiva says that if he lends money, then he can't even, if the lender loses the mashkon, he can't even collect. That means that he was responsible for the mashkon, which means he's at least a shemer sachar. Okay, so the Mishnah is not going to fit with Rabbi Akiva. So the Gemara says, Ala machvarta, it's better, it's clearer. Ela machvarta masnisin like Rabbi Eliezer. It's better for us, it's clearer for us if the Mishnah is not like Rabbi Eliezer than not like Rabbi Akiva. Okay, this is where we stopped on the worksheet, and we will continue this later. But the point that I want to bring out is that why is Rabbi Akiva better than Rabbi Eliezer? Rabbi Eliezer may even be older than Rabbi Akiva earlier, because Rashi over here says Vanan Kaimalan b'Masechta Sanhedrin. We established in Masechta Sanhedrin b'kulei stami, with all of the stam, which means everything that's anonymous. Every plain Mishnah or Sifra or Brisa. Stam Mishnah is Reb Meir. See that? Stam Mishnah is Reb Meir. Stam Sifra Rabbi Yehuda, if that helps you remember. And Stam Sifri is Reb Shimon. We used to in order to remember this, there was a nickname, Shimi. So we would say Stam Sifri is Shimi, and that's just to remember that it's Reb Shimon. By the way, Reb Shimon is always Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, and Rabbi Yehuda is always Rabbi Yehuda Bar Bilai. V'kulu aliba de Rabbi Akiva, but the point is that all of them go according to Rabbi Akiva, who was their teacher, and therefore we don't want to have a Mishnah go against Rabbi Akiva. He was the teacher of all of the Stamim, of all of the Stam Mishnahs, which means Reb Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, and Reb Shimon. So they fit best according to Rabbi Akiva. Now it's true Rabbi Akiva I think learned by Rabbi Lezer and Rabbi Shua as well, but we don't want to leave Rabbi Akiva. Okay.